Sometimes we blame ourselves for things that were never our fault. I always thought the problem was me, because I was judged when I tripped, when I spilled a drink at visits, when I spoke at the wrong time. At family gatherings, talking at the same time as someone else is normal, but when it was me, it became a comment. When it was my brother, no one judged him. He was the pride of the family. His photos were on display in the living room. Mine, when they existed, were hidden, pushed to the back of picture frames. When I made a mistake, it became a joke. "You're so clumsy," they said, laughing. I laughed too, my face burning with embarrassment. Until the day I heard a conversation that wasn't meant for me. A short sentence. Cold. "Who do you think she takes after?" Said carelessly. In that moment, everything made sense. It wasn't anger, it was clarity, because that's when I understood why I was never treated like my brother. Have you ever felt like a mistake in your own family? In my house, I was the clumsy one. If I walked into the room, someone would say, "Careful." At a family lunch, I tripped on the rug and some sauce spilled on my aunt's blouse. Everyone laughed. I apologized 1,000 times. My father just sighed. My brother later told the story like a joke. I laughed too, but inside I wanted to disappear. Later, alone in my room, I saw an old envelope on top of the wardrobe. It had my name on it. That gave me a strange, tight feeling in my chest. That same day, I tried to talk to my mother. She didn't listen. She was busy praising my brother for something small. I stayed quiet. For the first time, I thought, what if I'm not clumsy and I just don't have permission to make mistakes? The envelope felt like it was calling me. When I was a child, I spilled a glass of juice in the living room. My father got angry. Days later, my brother broke a vase. Everyone laughed. My father even joked, "Well, now we need a new plate in the house." I learned early that mistakes were expensive for me, so I became the quiet daughter, the one who accepts jokes, the one who apologizes without even knowing why. And when you grow up like that, you start believing you deserve less. The next morning, I heard my parents talking in the kitchen. I was going to walk past, but I stopped. I took a deep breath and found the courage to ask, why was it never the same for me? Their silence answered before any words. At that moment, I knew I needed to hear everything, even if it hurt, even if it changed everything. I went back to my room and opened the envelope. It was an old document, something that explained why I had always been treated differently. It wasn't bad luck, it wasn't carelessness, it was a decision made before I could understand the world. I sat on the bed, and for the first time, I didn't feel wrong, just deceived. I placed the envelope on the table. My hands were shaking, but my voice was steady. I just want to understand why I was never enough. My mother took a deep breath. My father looked away. I spent my whole life thinking I was the problem. My mother spoke softly without looking at me, and those words changed everything. You are not his daughter, and I was afraid to tell you. Everything clicked, the comparisons, the jokes, the distance. I didn't cry, something simply loosened inside me. Nothing turned into shouting, but the lie fell apart. My father pulled away, my mother tried to get closer, and I stopped carrying a guilt that was never mine. I existed before my father arrived, and today I understand that the one who lost was him. He lost a love I was ready to give, and he refused to receive. Today, I still trip, I still spill things, I still feel awkward sometimes, but I don't shrink anymore, because now I know making mistakes doesn't make me less, it makes me human. Those small mistakes only become big when there is no affection or love for the person who makes them. Stories of ordinary people who grew up feeling wrong until they discovered the truth. Subscribe to the channel if this story touched you, and tell me if you know someone who went through this.